Over the past couple of months, I've collected what is clearly too many old railroad spikes, and I really haven't had any idea of what to do with them. But after spending the last couple of days staring at my doom rectangle, seeing the American Gestapo murk an unarmed citizen in the street being played on repeat everywhere I go, I really feel like I need a drink or two. So I thought, why not take these and make them into bottle openers, and then give a few of them away to viewers at the end of this video. I'm going to go with a couple different designs for these. The first are going to have the bottle opener part towards the head of the spike, like this one I made a while back. And the other ones are going to have the bottle opener section down towards the bottom end, cut in at an angle. The first thing I need to do is sort through all of these, so I'll go through individually and make sure they don't have too much corrosion or aren't too bent. I'm going to aim to get about 50 of these because I'd like to challenge myself and see if I can make 50 of them in a day. As a kind of side note here, this video will be the first of a series I'll be doing this whole year called A Year of Making. Simply put, each week I'll be putting out a long-form video that will be of me making some sort of product. Although we'll be starting out pretty simple with this video, I want to try to push myself to learn new manufacturing processes and new skills. So as we go through the year, hopefully they'll be getting more intricate and more complicated. And I hope you follow along with me for that journey. Now that I've got them sorted, I'm just going to go ahead and mark each one where I want to cut the bottle opener in it. I'm going to try to do it about half and half here, so 25 will be with the bottle opener at the top, and 25 will be with the bottle opener at the bottom. With all those measurements made and marked, I'm going to come in with the angle grinder and start making cuts. On the first go around, I'll just be using a metal cutoff wheel to make relief cuts. This will make it so later on when we come through with the 1/4 inch grinding wheel, it'll be a lot easier on both the angle grinder and the disc. With those relief cuts made, we can come through with that thicker grinding wheel and flush out all the cuts and make it a lot smoother. If you're wanting to get into any sort of metalworking, I would suggest one of these cheap Harbor Freight grinders. I think you'd be surprised with how much you can do with just a $15 grinder and a few dollars worth of cutoff wheels. A lot of the stuff you do in a shop is just removing metal, and these make that work. Maybe not quick, but a lot faster than what you could do with any sort of manual hand tools. And now we get to my least favorite part of any sort of metalworking project, and that's going to be removing all the rust off of these. To do that, I'm going to be using this little DIY sandblaster and chamber that I made. And if you want to see how I made that, check the link up above for a video on both of those. With the rust removed, they're technically finished, but I wanted to heat blue these, so I put them all in this oven and heated it up to 550 degrees, and we'll take a look at them when they're done. Well, here they are all done, and I gotta say I'm not super impressed with the results. A couple of them turned out okay, but most of them really had just a lot of pock marks and stuff like that, so I think I'm going to go back again, and instead of sandblasting them, I'm just going to hit them with a grinder wheel and then sand it all down to a pretty decent finish and see how they take the heat treat after that. Now, needless to say, this added a lot of time onto the process, so I did not get these finished in a day. But sometimes it's a little better to take some pride in your work and get things done in a good manner rather than a fast manner. I'm also going to drill a hole in the top here so I can add a paracord loop It's not something I put in originally, but I thought it might be nice to be able to just hang these somewhere. And there it is. After all the sanding and drilling, it's ready to go and be heat blued again. Well, we got the oven set to 550 again, and I've got a few of these hanging in here. We're going to try it out on a few of them to see how well it looks, and then I'll do the rest. Well, here they are, and they look pretty nice, especially if you compare them to some of the old ones. But let's see how well they work. Well, it looks like they work pretty well too, so if you'd like to get a hold of one of these, just make sure to subscribe to the channel. I'll be doing a giveaway for 5 of these next week, so stick around until then. Thanks again for all your guys' amazing support, and I hope you guys have a great day.